Some people say that apple cider vinegar should come with a warning label due to its negative side effects, which begs the question, can apple cider vinegar actually be dangerous? Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the potential threats. But before we get started, I'm Dr. Nick Zyrowski, and I started my holistic health practice 6 years ago to help you take control of your health naturally, because true health only comes naturally. Before we get started with the video, I want to let you know that my NutriCore one-on-one health consulting program is open. This is a program where we help people take control of their health naturally and get to the root cause of the problem so that they can reverse conditions naturally, but also promote longevity. If you want to learn more about it, click on the link in the description below. When we hear of natural health strategies online, we tend to believe that they're 100% safe all the time for every person in every situation. However, that's not the case. I recently had a patient who heard about apple cider vinegar and they were excited to start using it. And so they told me about it, and the deal is that next time I saw them, they're going to report back to me as to how it was going. The next time I saw them, I expected to hear a great testimonial that they're seeing good results using it. However, it was quite different. In fact, they told me every time they drank apple cider vinegar, they felt a harsh burning feeling in their stomach, and it made them feel nauseous and sick, even when drinking apple cider vinegar diluted. I knew right away there was a problem that would prevent her from drinking apple cider vinegar until some healing was done. What was occurring is an ulcer. An ulcer is a sore that develops in the stomach, in the esophageal lining, or maybe even in the small intestine. And when you drink something like apple cider vinegar or anything acidic, maybe even a kombucha, what happens is you get an intense burning feeling. So you have to back off from apple cider vinegar or anything acidic until some healing is done. And of course, we're talking about natural healing. Now, due to the chronic illness plague that we face as a society, the average person is on 4 or more prescription medications. What we have to really be careful with here is interactions. If you're recommending apple cider vinegar to a friend or a family member, then you may want to realize that there could be some potential complications at stake here. An example of this might be somebody who's a diabetic, a type 2 diabetic who's taking insulin or maybe taking some sort of drug to drive down their blood sugar. If you combine that with apple cider vinegar, you could drop your blood sugar to a very low and unhealthy place. Maybe you're taking a drug to lower potassium levels, and then combining that with apple cider vinegar could drive the potassium levels too low. The same goes with like a diuretic. So we just have to be careful and always ask your doctor if you have any questions regarding a medication and how it actually interacts with a particular food or beverage that you want to drink. So there was this girl, she's 15 years old, and she wanted to lose some weight. So in order to do so, she started drinking 1 cup, now you're hearing this right, 1 cup of undiluted apple cider vinegar every single day. As a result of that, she had severe tooth decay. Another scenario is a 28-year-old woman who had drank 8 ounces of apple cider vinegar daily for 6 years straight. She was admitted to the hospital for having low potassium levels. Now, upon further analysis, what they found in the hospital is that she actually had brittle bones, and it was believed to be due to over-consuming apple cider vinegar for a long duration of time. Now, in our community of wellness warriors, we have a lot of people who are doing a low-carb diet or a ketogenic diet combined with exercise. Now, there's a lot of reports out there that state that apple cider vinegar can actually deplete you of potassium. So why is this relevant? Well, it's relevant because with a low-carb diet or a ketogenic diet and exercise, you can already have a problem with potassium as it is. So if you throw in apple cider vinegar, it might actually cause a few more problems for you. Now, the evidence is very weak in this area. However, I figured it's worth noting. Another problem that some people face with apple cider vinegar is that you'll hear from all your friends how amazing it is. You decide to give it a try. So you grab that bottle of apple cider vinegar, you pour yourself some in a glass, you dilute it down a little bit, and you take a big drink of it, expecting sunshine and rainbows. But the problem is something very opposite happens. You start to get a tingling sensation in your mouth. You start to have some blotchy red rashes show up on your face, and you start to have some pretty negative side effects. Now, usually we think of fish, dairy, eggs, nuts, soy, and a lot of different foods when we think of common food allergens. However, you could be sensitive to anything, and yes, apple cider vinegar may be one of them. Though all these negative side effects are rare, they can happen, and I have seen them. For the vast majority of people, apple cider vinegar is completely safe, causes no issues, and in fact has many health benefits. Now, if you want to learn which is better, the apple cider vinegar liquid or the capsules, watch this video right here. We're talking about apple cider vinegar capsules versus liquid. The community has reached out to us an enormous amount over the past year asking if they can take the capsules over the liquid, if it's still going to give them the same benefit.